Hi, I'm Extraayogurt and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new, then welcome back. And today we are back in Sunwater working on another business lot. So unlike the salon that we built in the last video, I would definitely recommend that you have a sim own this lot so that you can set all of the products for sale, because I put a lot of products on the shelves and I left a few empty. So yeah, of course, if you choose not to, your sim can still visit this lot to buy a cell phone or an MP3 player or a little handheld game. So yeah, so basically guys, I just spoke for like 20 minutes straight, like flawlessly. I didn't mess up or anything, and I realized I didn't even hit record. So now like my brain is just blank. And I'm trying to remember everything I was trying to tell you guys. Anyway, so most important part for me to mention is that this lot is not CC free, and I meant for Sunwater to be a completely CC free neighborhood. And we're gonna make this lot an exception because I got excited and I really wanted to make recolors of my own just specifically for this lot, because I knew that the game was not gonna have what I needed to decorate properly, and I knew it was gonna be a big struggle to decorate this lot the way that I wanted it to. By the way, when I say electronics store, this is an electronics store. Just think of like a Best Buy. So it's not like just cell phones or just PCs. It's like stereo systems, you know, home appliances, things like that. But anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna insert a picture somewhere on the screen here of the download, but make sure that you guys download the recolors first and then you download this lot, because they're all Maxis recolors, and for some reason Maxis recolors do not attach to lot files, and I can't find a way to make them attach to lot files. It's the strangest thing, but yeah, just make sure you download the recolors first and then download the lot if you'd like to have them in your game. If not, then I'm gonna be honest, this lot is probably gonna look very, very ugly, because I pretty much designed the entire interior around the pictures and the advertisements and things. So guys, the last time I did a batch of recolors was like over a year ago with my airport build, and it was kind of the same situation. I'm doing this build that is very, I don't know, it's very like niche, so the game obviously doesn't have the right things for it. So it was kind of the same idea with this lot. But anyway, that build really took a lot out of me, so I haven't made any recolors since. So yeah, I was really excited about doing them again, and I was also excited about being excited about doing them again, because if you guys do anything like creative or you create anything, then you know like that excited feeling you get when you feel excited again. I am like talking in circles right now, but you know what I mean, like when you feel inspired and you're like, oh yay, I finally have that feeling again. Now I can do the creative thing I've been meaning to do. So yeah, that's how I felt. And it was so much fun. I had my Sims do a bunch of little photo shoots, got lots of cool screenshots, and you know, played around with the editing and tried to make them look as polished as I possibly could. Of course, some textures just by the nature of the object aren't gonna look crystal clear, but for the most part, I think the recolors look pretty good. So okay, I'm gonna stop talking about the recolors and get into the build again. So as you can see, this is a 2-story lot. I've added a little bit of extra on top to add some more height to the build, which I'm not sure if was completely necessary, but I think it turned out pretty nice. But the interior is just 2 stories, and at first I was only going to use the first floor for products and items and everything. But when I realized all the different categories of products that I wanted this place to have, I decided to open it up to the second floor. So when we get there, you guys will see that I've done kind of like a lofty style open second floor, and I split the store into, let me think, 4 or 5 sections. So on the first floor, you're gonna have your kitchen appliances and handhelds, so like MP3 players, cell phones, and you know, the little phone kiosk thing. And then on the second floor, you're gonna have your stereo systems and audio, your PCs, and a section for all things robots, which was really, really important because with Open for Business, obviously, it came with the robotics station, and from that you can make all these really cool robots, servos, everything. That was huge for this lot because I feel like typically if your Sims are opening their own business, they're going to be, let me not say that, but I assume that if your Sims are opening their own business, that they're going to be making their own product. Not always the case. Sometimes you just buy items from the catalog and set them for sale, but I was like, I cannot forget to have the robots section because that's like the big thing of Open for Business is the robots. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that, and you'll notice that the robot section is the only section that is empty because of course you have to have your Sim make the robots and you have to stock the shelves yourself there. But anyway, I put in that first set of stairs and the first kind of balcony area. And this right here, what we're working on is the kitchen appliance section. And as you can see, I'm already placing objects down before we have walls, floors, lighting, anything, because I really need the products to be the centerpiece of everything, and the pictures on the walls, of course. So I'm kind of working a little bit backwards, but sometimes I do that, and it makes decorating so much easier and finding the right walls and floors so much quicker. I'm starting to get a little bit faster and faster at these builds. I'm kind of proud of myself. So but yeah, so another thing, I chose the actual items that I wanted to have based on the items that I featured in the images, and you'll see what I mean in a little bit. But yeah, I just wanted it to kind of make sense, like, hey, you know, you're advertising this particular thing, so you want to see that particular thing in the store. But yeah, so here I am just adding some shelves, and I had so much fun with this build. It does look cramped. Maybe that's just to me that it looks cramped. Maybe it looks fine, but it may look cramped, but I play tested it. Everything, like the flow of everything was perfect. I feel like this lot is just the right size. It's not too big, it's not too small. The salon, we went maybe a little bit too small, but that's okay. So you see I'm stocking the shelves completely with all those coffee machines. Oh yeah, just a reminder, when you guys set items for sale, you know, you don't have to set every single item on the shelf for sale to make things, obviously you won't make as big of a profit, but to make things easier and less like congested. So say maybe like, you know, I stocked that shelf full of 5 different items, but if you want, you could just set like 2 items for sale, also to kind of help minimize the traffic in certain areas. So just something to remember, a little tidbit. But okay, as you can see, we're doing like a little symmetrical stairway kind of deal, and yeah, I really like it because the entire layout is not perfectly symmetrical, but I like having that kind of piece in the center that makes it feel like it is. So like, I don't know if you could tell, the left side of the lot has a bit more space than the right side. And yeah, and of course I end up adding a little break room, an employee bathroom, and then I separated that from the public bathrooms. So just little important things to add when you are making a lot for a sim to actually own. So yeah. Okay, so that room that we've just created in the corner over there, that is going to be the employee break room. Of course, really important when you're running a business, your employees need somewhere that they can kind of refresh, use a bathroom and everything. But yeah, so this section we're working on is the handheld section. I tried my best not to make it feel too crowded and to try to place the cell phone kiosks along the wall because they're quite bulky and there's just not a lot of space to work with. So yeah, but like I said, when I play tested it, everything flowed really nicely. And yeah, and then you guys see me using that white floor tile just to kind of try to help me map out. Oh, that was my cat, sorry about that, guys. Anyway, yeah, the white floor tiles just to try to help me map out where I'm gonna have the cash registers. That is something that can so easily be forgotten for me to add, are the checkout areas. So I made sure I got those in so that I wouldn't forget them. And yeah, I feel like it's not too much, you know, like three employees, and you know, 3 employees to run the cash registers, maybe 1 to do sales, and then your sim to also do sales or something like that. I don't know. I honestly, how do you guys run your businesses? Because usually I will hire employees to do sales, and I'll have my sim run the cash register just because doing sales is so annoying. Like, it's just, I hate it so much. So but anyway, so here I am adding my recolors. They're so cute. I'm so proud of them. You guys will notice a lot of, oh yes, that microwave advertisement. I can't even begin to tell you how much work went into that very simple microwave advertisement. I was struggling with it so much. I had my sister help me, and I tried to get her opinion on it, and she helped me make it nice. So I don't know, something about trying to make an ad for a microwave is just really difficult. Like, I don't know, but it came out really cute. I love it. So anyway, I was saying, you guys will see some Sims I featured on some of these ads. They're all like the pre-made families, just because I couldn't be bothered to make custom families just for recolors. So you guys will see the Ramaswamis, the Autumnus family, and the Gavigan family right there in the middle on that big orange advertisement. And then here's some more of them. I'm so proud of them. Like, every time I learn something new, I'm just very, very happy about it. So we have so we're working on the robot section here. All the shelves are empty on purpose, of course, so you can stock them up with all of your creations or your Sims creations. And yeah, I'm just trying to make sure all the placement is right and that it's really easy for you to just kind of plug and play. You don't have to do too much adjusting. So guys, I got such a kick out of doing these silly little edits. I need to show you guys like a close-up of the servo one, and so I'm gonna insert an image here. But I wanted to get like capture little snippets of a servo doing like regular quote-unquote human or like sim like things, and in his little speech bubble he's saying, "I'm just like you." I just thought it would be so cute and funny to be advertising like that. Like there's something just so kind of creepy about it. Like yeah, you can build a robot that's basically a human and I'm just like you, I swear. Anyway, that might be a little bit too close to real life, but anyway, now we're working on the PC area, and I did some fun recolors for this section as well. I did like a little keyboard advertisement, and then right below these advertisements, of course, I wanted to put the actual product that's in the image, and I thought that would be such a nice detail to add. I didn't really know how to display the PCs well, especially in this little tiny space, but hopefully this was a good way to go about it. I didn't want to put desks because there just wasn't enough space to put a bunch of desks, so I went with this little product shelf, and I faced them with the back facing out because I didn't want that like inner shelf to show. I just wanted it to be kind of like little mini desk height blocks. Also, I always do this in my videos. I have to apologize. I have like a compulsive habit of rotating the camera. I don't know what it is. Like, I have to do it. I even tell myself that I need to like do it less because it's gonna make the recording really annoying to watch, but I don't know, I just can't help it. It's my way of like checking to make sure everything is in its right place. But seriously, I need like a wrist weight to keep my hand from rotating the camera so much. I watch other speed builders and I'm just like, how are they not constantly rotating the camera? I just can't help myself. I have to do it. I don't know. But yeah, so for that reason, when I'm working on smaller lots, I've tried to slow down the speed of the speed build a little bit. So hopefully it's not too nauseating. A lot of my older videos, I made the speed builds really, really fast, and I just hate that because it takes away from the build. It takes away from like your ability to enjoy watching the build because they were so fast. But I've definitely slowed them down a lot. So yes, here is the public bathroom over there, and I just did two little rooms. Instead of doing one big bathroom with two big bathrooms with stalls, I just did two bathrooms. And yeah, at first I thought I was gonna have the store like have a color scheme. Like, I thought it was gonna be like orange and black, but there's just so many different objects and sections in here that I didn't want to add another color scheme to it. I kind of wanted the sections to be the color for the entire lot. So you'll notice that a lot of this build is just gray, dark gray, light gray, and black and white. And I did that on purpose just to let each of the sections shine on their own. So yeah, now we've moved on to flooring, and I basically wanted the kitchen area to feel kind of like homey, so I went with a hardwood flooring here, and yeah, I changed it a few times, but I wanted it to feel like, you know, you're in a kitchen, you're in someone's like home, because that's the way I've seen it in real life a few times. So yeah, I really like that look. And of course, I wanted the wall coverings to also complement the products. So you'll see me using a million different wall coverings throughout the store, and yeah. Okay, so my idea for the handheld section was kind of like, instead of having any product shelves, I just wanted the kiosks, and then I wanted to do a little like help counter or customer service counter in the middle, because I feel like that's kind of how it is in like if you go to buy a cell phone, like the cell phones are kind of along the walls, and then like you have to go to the customer service desk to actually set up your phone plan and everything. So yeah, that was kind of my idea there. And I just wanted a cash register there so we could have an NPC spawn there. But yeah, I like the look of it. I feel like the flow of it is really nice. So here we are adding some more wall coverings. I have to say, I really like the speed of this speed build. Like, I feel like I can actually see what's going on, and now I understand how you guys feel. But yeah, and then we have like the main cash registers in the center there. I added that detail above the cash registers with the half fence earlier, and I don't know, I like it. It kind of makes it into a little checkout booth instead of just, you know, some counters and walls. But anyway, at first I thought I was gonna do some like black stripes up and down the wall, but I didn't like the way it looked, so I got rid of those. And yeah, this build was really heavy on accent colors, accent walls, using different wallpapers, using different textures, and I think it all came together really nicely. And even though each section is so different, it feels very cohesive. So yeah. All right, so now we've moved on to all of the restrooms, which I clearly didn't give much thought, but I feel like I never really do in community lots because I don't know, I just want the bathroom to have a clean look. I'm never really that concerned with making it super nice and like have the nicest decorations. I think the only time I really did that was when I did like a spa build. So of course I wanted the bathrooms to be up to par, but yeah, usually I just, I don't really give it too much thought. So here we are furnishing the break room. I furnished it exactly how I did at the salon. I just put a fridge, a sink, trash compactor, and a coffee machine. This is kind of, oh, and a phone. But this is kind of the only space in the build that the traffic situation is a little bit interesting. So yeah, like I said, if you don't have a sim actually own this lot, there's like a few differences. So if you just come here and it's a community lot, this little area gets so crowded. It's very annoying. But if you have your sim own this business, they can lock that door and just allow the employees, and the flow will be a lot better. It's just a super narrow, awkward space, but I wanted to utilize the space that naturally kind of occurred while I was building everything else. I didn't want to make a like designated room for the break room. But yeah, I don't know, just because it's so simple and it's really there out of necessity, not for design. But okay, now we're on to my favorite part ever of any build. Oh, also, by the way, I cut out the part where I covered the ceilings because I feel like that's just nauseating to watch. So anyway, my favorite part of decorating and building is the lighting. It makes the entire place come to life, especially because there's no windows around this build except for in the front, and we've been working in the dark the whole time. This was just like a breath of fresh air. So yeah, you guys will see I'm really heavy on using those stage lights, those right there on the ground. I have to use those like whenever I'm doing community lots because they are so good at illuminating signs, and I try not to place them like right in the walkway. I try to place them off to the side, off in the corners as much as I can, but I feel like they're low profile enough to where you don't notice them too much, and they seem to be fine. They don't seem to be in the way very much. But yeah, those stage lights, super helpful for illuminating signs. Also, because this build is so lighting heavy, I want to mention, it's always in my description, but if you don't have it, I highly recommend the it's like Lighten Up, Lunatech Lighten. It's a mod fix for the little recess lighting to make it actually push up into the ceiling, and that's really important for this build because if you don't have it, it's just gonna be like visual clutter, honestly. Well, I guess it's not that important for playability, but for looks, I feel like it's crucial. But yeah, as always, all of my mods that I use are in the description at the very bottom. So yeah, I put so many lights in this build. It was very, very necessary in my opinion. I needed everything to really stand out, to look really attractive, and obviously for screenshots, you really want those. I really wanted the recolors to stand out, so yeah. Okay, now that we're finally done with all of the lighting, we can move to the signage. I have to be honest, I was getting tired of using these same sim Greek letters all the time, but I don't know, I kind of, ever since I started adding them to my community lots, I feel like I can't go without them now. I'm like, oh, well, it's a store, so it needs a sign, of course, but yeah, I don't know. Before, I never used to put a sign and I didn't even think twice about it, but now I feel like I need it. So yeah, anyway, I chose to put a few of the advertisements on the exterior just because I thought that was a nice touch, you know, as you're driving by or walking by, and you see some cool advertisements, your Sims might want to stop inside and buy something. But yeah, just doing a little bit of lighting. I started with those stage lights, but I was like, they're too, like, they're like directly in the walkway. So I felt like that was a bit much. So I just went with those kind of barricade lights, and the landscaping out here was very simple. I wanted it to be like a kind of like a normal box store. Which usually it's just a big parking lot. There's really hardly any landscaping at all, but of course I went without the parking lot this build because I needed as much space as possible for the actual store, and I just added some very light landscaping, a few trees, a few shrubs, and as always I had to make sure I painted the terrain. Added a little bit of dead grass here and there. I always love doing that. I feel like it adds such nice like dimension to the build. So I added these little planter boxes, and yeah, I really love how this build came out. I really would have liked the sun to not be facing the back of the build and be facing the front, but it's just because of where I placed the lot and where I chose to build. It turned out that way, but yeah, it's totally fine. Just adding some more lights inside of the shrubs, and we are about to get into some screenshots. I also add lights on the rooftop, which I like to do sometimes. I feel like it looks really nice and polished, but yeah, so here we are at the screenshots portion, and I got plenty, so I hope you stick around and check them all out. But yeah, as always, the download is in my description. All the building mods I use currently are in the description. Make sure you download the recolors first and then download this lot. And yeah, I hope you guys like the build and all the fun advertisements. Let me know what you guys think, and I really think this will be a nice playable lot for you guys. So thank you again for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next build, which will be very, very soon. And yeah, bye-bye.